What's good? Welcome everybody to another episode of Cheef and Chart, brought to you by Rap and Dough, the home of money conversations. Talk all things black wealth. We talking options trading on Cheef and Chart. So make sure you hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, because I give y'all this game for the free. So before I get into that though, I know I like to go on my little spiel, but I hope everybody enjoyed their holidays and whatnot. But as I look around in society, man, and deal with people out in public, times have definitely changed. And that's a given. Stuff is supposed to change. But at the same time, it's kind of alarming how we interact with each other. And what I mean by that is, like, there seems to be a gap between how we looked at things from our era, because all eras are different. We got our differences, and we did things this way back in my day. But it's some things I think should remain constant as human beings is concerned, not nuances of society, clothes and the things, the slang and stuff we say at the time. I'm talking about how we interact with each other as human beings, like having regular conversation, like phone calls. When was the last time you had a phone conversation? Right? It seems like people are more comfortable with texting. It's like their social skills are diminishing outside. People would rather text and have a conversation, and they feel it to be a burden to talk to a person, even if y'all fucked. Like sexual partners sometimes don't even want to have phone conversations, rather just text. And it used to be like, few and far in between, you have situations like that. But everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody, a lot more people feel that way as time goes on and technology keeps advancing. I was telling somebody the other day when I was in the Uber that eventually, and the people that created all this, they had all this on the table. They weighed all this out. Trust me, they weighed all this out as a possibility that's going to happen. So eventually, just like we've seen in the movie, eventually, my opinion is that being that we feel more comfortable dealing with robots versus human beings, even corporations feel more inclined to lean towards robots than regular people. The robots are going to start learning themselves. We're not even going to have to teach the robot or program the robots. Y'all know that, right? They already do it now. Your phone does it. It sends you stuff based off of what you're clicking. So you don't have to necessarily search for it anymore, right? Smartphone. But everything is moving that way, whereas though human interaction is going to be less sought after. And we see it in society with having regular conversations. People don't even want to have them. I do, but I see that people are less, they're emotionally detached. They're emotionally detached, or don't want to get emotionally attached to whatever degree. Even if it's just on a friendship level, why don't people just want to have a phone conversation to build a friendship? How you gonna get to know somebody by reading a text? You don't know how the tone of voice sound. You don't know how they're saying it so you can't even learn a person's sense of humor and their tone of voice because they would rather text. But some people are not gathering. A lot of people are not gathering the fact that part of having a conversation, when you get to know somebody, their voice, their tones, their sense of humor, they're not even realizing that is missing because we're not talking to each other. Or maybe they do realize it and don't really give a fuck. and contributed to the decline of our social interaction. But that's what the fuck is going on. So if you tapped in here, I want you to stay in the moment. Don't follow the masses and become so callous to the normal things of a human being, social interaction. You feel me? So with that being said, let's get into this chart. If y'all was here yesterday, y'all know what I said we needed to expect today. Now, we're coming off a new high in the MACD, and y'all know what that means. New high in the MACD, we're looking for weakness, which is a momentum divergence. And we position in that weakness in the longer term time frame. Well, we position it for the longer term time frame, which is this daily, right? So make this bigger. This was yesterday. So it came down from support. 1, 2, 3, 3-bar retracement. That was yesterday's episode. 3-bar retracement. 1, 2, 3, retrace. 1, 2, could be possibly 3, and then a retracement. But in an uptrend, there's more upside than downside. So this should be ready to bounce, right? Because I believe this is an uptrend. We're in an uptrend at the moment. So the down drags on an uptrend are shorter than the upswings. So 3 bars up, 2 bars down should be sufficient. And plus, what do we see? Name of this episode, I didn't even tell y'all that, but it's strawberry. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But strawberry, which is sativa, you know how I play. Yesterday was 3-bar retracement. Today is Pinbar support. Here go another one. Remember this one back here from Monday? Told y'all to position in. Well, we could have positioned in. I know how I feel about pin bars as support. I'm gonna talk about this in my course. I'm gonna talk about this quite often when I see them, because that's one of my bread and butters, especially when the other parameters line up, like a upwards momentum in the MACD. So we got another one, y'all. But if you tapped in the Cheef and chart, you seen it. You seen it today. You seen it. So yesterday I told y'all we're looking for weak. Well, Monday I told y'all. Well, Friday I told y'all coming into Monday you need to look for weakness. Boom. Here's the weakness. But like I always say, how much weakness are we going to have? Got your levels drawn, right? You're taking all the factors in consideration. We're in an uptrend, so the uptrend is greater than the pullbacks, right? So you can guesstimate, okay, 1, 2, 3. This is shorter than the upswing. All right, boom. This may bounce because we have a level here. We have a new high in the MACD that's still sustained. Just because it curves down doesn't mean this price is going down. It's just not going up at the same momentum that it was when it was at the high. Now, if it crosses below the 0 line here, that's a different story. But we're up here and it's just not going up at the same momentum, but it's still going up. All right. So that's what we have here. So yesterday I told y'all, okay, we're waiting for an entry point because we had some more room for this to come down, being that it had to test this support level. Tested it today. Went down below. Remember what I said about pin bars? It comes through with the selling pressure. All right, you see that wick that's below? But then buyers come back in and take the price back up above support, and it forms a pin at the bottom. So first, sellers were in control when it came down here, but it closed above support. That is bullish. This is a pin bar. Actually, this is more of a pin bar, but it's still uh, a pin bar nonetheless. And I believe it's going to bounce off of this support tomorrow and test 402. So let's go down to a trading time frame. Let's look at the 4-hour today. 4-hour time frame. Let's make this bigger. Boom. Look what we have here. So the daily time frame we was just looking at is now broken down into 2 bars. So this is today. And as you can see, it's bouncing. That bar we just seen, that pin bar, that's this. So it is bouncing. And we have 1, 2, 3 bars down. And here's that bounce. Right? So I would be looking for weakness before I enter, of course. Next level up, 397. And then 402. So at weakness, I would take a 397 strike price, 4 days out, holding it for 2 days. Or you can put some more time on it, put 2 weeks on it. But the next level up is 397. Or you can take the measured move objective. Remember that? Take the high, minus the low. High 402. Low is 397. So what is that? 7, 8, $9. Add $9 to this, and we got what? Add $9 to this. So the rally will end around 4. What's that? $9 plus. That's 411. Around that area. It's the guesstimate area this rally will end at. That's the measured move objective. You take the most recent high and low difference, add it to the high, and that's going to be your estimate area in which it's going to top off at. Of course, you take profits before that area, but here's your bounce. 1, 2, 3 down, bounce. Next level up is 397. As y'all can see here, it went up and stopped. So I will be waiting for some weakness. The relatable for the 4 hours, the hour. So look at this, it's bouncing. So look, you can see a different perspective of what happened. This is how you know it's an entry point. Right? This is how you know. Look at it. It's out of the Bollinger Band, but you didn't see that in the 4 hour. Drop down to your relatable, and you can see that this is time to take your calls. And lo and behold, it bounced and closed above. And that's what we have here. It closed above. You see? And ended with a pin bar. But you see it here. You see it here. It closed above. This is where it closed. But 1, 2, get my picture out of here. All of this is today. So it went down below, and then it came back up. But you wouldn't be able to see all of this in these parameters, because if you would have went to your relatable, you would have seen that it's extreme on the Bollinger Band. So it has to come back in, right? That's where you should have made your entry. Or here. Excuse me. But you've seen that it had to come back in. That's how you get a better look into your trading time frame. Right? So we've seen that it closed above here, but we get to see a little bit more of why it closed back in here when you drop down into your relatable. It came back in because it was outside of the Bollinger Band. It was extreme. So that's why you have to look in your different time frames to gauge your decision. So before I get out of here, recap. Tomorrow, I would look for weakness first. I'm always looking for weakness and strength. So momentum divergence. So go back to the daily. As you can see, we have a pin bar. This is indicative, high probability of it bouncing to the next level. Okay. Next level up is 397 and then 402. I will wait for whatever your trading time frame is. Say you're using a 4 hour, we have a green bar here. So tomorrow I will wait for a red one. Either in my trading time frame or in my relatable. I'm looking for a red bar that's holding above this resistance. And then I'm entering on a red bar above this resistance. As long as it stays above here, I like that weakness. So I would grab to the next level, boom, take profit here, wait for some more weakness above 397 and take that to 402. That's what I see. It's your man, Don Bucks. If you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. Get this free game. I'm literally giving y'all money. Literally. And if you haven't already, grab the course from the description of this channel. Also, where's my face at? Here we go. Also, we have a few more of these workbooks left. Make sure you get yours. It's free. All you gotta do is pay for shipping. Get your options game up, fam. So tomorrow, always remember, ain't no competition. It's always you versus